Who's going fishing Sunday?
I am. Let's go.
Let's go.
I am.
I'm in.
What? Wait. Can you put that cat down?
Yeah.
The cat's in.
I was trying to be a Bond villain. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's warm by this fire, Buck.
We're not even in the fire. We need to jump in the current.
We got to cool off in the current.
I just want everyone to know, I mean, we say it all the time. You have 7 best friends when you tune into us every week.
And it's wild because we used to say that, but now it's so real.
And it was just a real existential morning, guys.
Got all existential.
Did you short drift them?
Well,
That's a yes.
That's what the Canadians say.
No bueno.
No bueno.
If there is a traditional Canadian saying, no bueno.
Welcome back to another episode of the Rutten River Pursuits podcast. We are in the current. And this is Reality Outdoor Radio, where our mission is to get you outdoors, connecting you with the people, skills, and products that you can trust.
can always trust them.
I'm Kyle, and who do we have with me?
I'm Steve.
I'm Will.
It's Bucky.
Hey, I'm Ryan.
I'm Catfish.
Guys, this episode is brought to you by Tony Maja Products, redefining the art of trolling bunker spoons since 1968.
Yes, they have. Long time.
Used to be made out of stop signs.
Yeah.
Check them out at TonyMajaProducts.com, where you can find all the rods, line, and terminal tackle you'll need to start trolling today. And get your shot at joining the 50-pound club.
What?
I'm getting in that club.
How you doing?
And fishing the famous Maja bunker spoons or Magic Mojos.
Masha.
Follow them on Facebook, Instagram by searching Tony Maja Products.
Whew.
Man, it's good to be back.
Stevie said, Kyle, welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, Kyle.
It's been a while.
Back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
It's been a while. How you guys been?
Get on with it.
Guys, this is a sad day.
For what?
Yeah, wait, what's sad?
This is a sad day.
For you.
Because you're going to take up the whole episode?
No, not even. Oh, thanks a lot, Kyle.
What?
Again. What did you do?
Why are you sad?
No,
Stevie?
I'm sad
What did you
because
do this week?
this is the absolute last installment of March Striper Madness with Rutten River Pursuits podcast
For this year.
for this year.
Do you have any kind of insight as to what's next?
I do.
That's why he's sad.
I do. Now you perk
now
me up
he's
a little.
not sad.
I'm not doing that anymore.
It's like a temporary sadness.
Yeah, he's got a little smirk on his face.
I'll give you a little clue.
He was sad until April rolls around.
April is going to be Trout of Control.
Trout of what?
I wonder what that could mean.
April is going to be Trout of Control.
That's awesome.
And that's where I'm going to leave it.
I don't know how I'm going to get through it with calling it a trout stamp the entire month.
You don't know. You can call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
No,
we talk about.
You guys turned me around. I'm calling it a trout stamp.
Wait
now.
till you start fishing.
It's
for
not
trout.
going to be just trout and light tackle fishing, I guess we'll call it.
So,
But mostly trout.
so what you're saying is, with Catfish and I can talk crappie fishing a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Funny
Absolutely.
thing is Catfish has already caught a bass.
Yeah.
Top water,
Not yet.
not yet.
No, it's not warm enough yet.
Spinner.
No, it was actually a skirted Ned rig.
Ah.
So if DK was here, he would say technically that's not a Ned rig, but
Well, he's
That's
not
a
here.
swim jig.
it was a skirted finesse.
Shaky head.
Yes. No. It was a skirted finesse jig head with a TRD at the end of it. So
Well, and
I'm pretty sure that.
you posted a picture, and you got a best friend of the show all perked up already.
I did.
Yeah, I heard Sean Kennedy's out, probably as we speak, trying to catch a bass.
Yeah.
No, he saw a bass. He went out and got himself a John boat and bought carpet for it. And
Did he really?
Really, yeah. It's all he needed. It's like,
Is he spray painting it black?
you know,
too?
years ago when I was a
Probably
young kid,
putting lights on it.
it was the Sears and Roebuck's, lingerie catalog. That's Kennedy when he sees a bass picture in April. Like, okay, it's on. Everything else falls through the window.
Time to go.
Yeah, it's like Striper Marsh Madness for Stevie. Kennedy's selling bass. He's on it. He's ready to roll.
Yeah, he was jammed up. I think he wanted to catch his first bass of the year with you, probably, but you already jumped out ahead. So now
He didn't say nice bass. He didn't say where'd you catch it. He didn't say anything. He said, "Oh, black and blue Ned rig." Okay.
At least he was a little bit positive with you. My picture I posted yesterday got me into the Dink Pro staff.
I saw that.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I haven't even met this fella yet.
Don't sell yourself short.
Are you
Bucky. That's
happy
a
to
big
be in the Dink Pro staff?
I don't quite know if I should be or not. Yeah,
I think, it's a good club, buddy.
It's a major award.
I'm with you.
Major award.
He said I qualified because I didn't go arm's length out in my pose with it.
Was this
proud
the
of you,
crappie?
Dink.
Well, it's Kennedy, though. Yeah. I'm with you. I enjoy crappie fishing. I really do. I like catching lots of crappies. But when I take Kennedy
I don't want to
fishing
know him.
and we catch a bunch of crappies, he eventually stops fishing and gets quiet. And then I know what's coming next. Eventually he says, "But can we just go bass fishing?" I'm like, "Yeah, we caught enough crappies. Let's go bass fishing." He wants to bass fish. Kennedy's a bass fisherman. He likes to walk his own way, which I like that. So if you're catching a bunch of stuff,
he does, yeah.
He's a lot like Stevie. I can catch 5, 6, 7, 8 bass, and Stevie's still throwing a spoon. And I get this. I got this. Kennedy's the same way. He wants to throw what he wants to throw, and I like that. He likes to throw chatterbaits and and here's the thing. There are some mornings where Stevie and Sean Kennedy are catching stuff and I'm not, and I blame it on the fact that I don't have a trolling motor. I'm trying to run the boat.
Right.
So
I'll throw whatever you're throwing as long as it's Kitech.
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
70% of the time.
Any color
works half
as long as it's white.
Recapping last season, though, we had a great fishing season, but I did spend a lot of time maneuvering the boat with the big motor.
Yeah.
And I thank you for it.
And this year will be a little bit different because I won't have to do that.
You're making Kennedy do
I
that.
hope not.
No.
Oh.
I'm going.
He got his own
ride
boat.
in his boat for a little while.
I might do that, but we took a pull. I put a pull out to the R2 brothers, and we're going to put an iPilot on the boat so that I can
here's
stand
something
at the
different.
center console. And
Catfish
I told you to get the worm farm, bud.
often beats to his own drum. And even, I was thinking, he puts the pole out, everybody says trolling motor, and he's like, "Cool, I'm buying a tent."
I did say I didn't order it. I'm just saying. I'm being nice on the podcast.
Thought for sure.
That was a nice
reverse
tent.
psychology.
Well, the other thing on the
Now
list
I know
didn't
what I
write
don't
down.
want.
Yeah, I didn't write Traeger grill on that either, but I'm due for a good upgrade.
I hear that.
I keep going down to Ace Hardware, and they have in my area in East Berlin. They have a really, really nice selection.
Yeah, cool.
They just unveiled their new model too, or their
New models.
Models.
What's the difference with these? I've been seeing the social media buzz with the new Traegers, but I'm not savvy enough in the grill department to know what
That's in
what makes them
Kyle and
special.
this guy's corner.
A lot of them they improved the internal, so the auger drive and the motor, they pretty much sync that up, so it's pretty much like one unit, where before they had a motor that was connected to an auger, and now
in a gearbox or something.
and now I think
It's direct drive.
it's direct
shaft
drive.
driven.
And I believe
But
they
you don't know anything about that business, do you?
I believe they upgrade all the internals for their temperature controls as well. So like they're all digital, and I think
Oh, man.
Well, the one I just
all of
looked
them
at
are
is
0 to
Wi-Fi
60
capable now
pellets,
too.
2.2 seconds.
the one I just saw. Literally, you can Bluetooth it. Like I can leave and go to work, and I can change the temperature, and it'll tell me the internal temperature of the meat.
Yeah.
And if I'm not paying attention, you can actually set it to regulate the temperature of the smoker to calm it down if meat gets
Wow.
the temperature and you're busy.
Not only that,
It's
it'll
insane.
What?
text
Yes.
you when it's low on
It'll
pellets.
text you.
It'll
Yeah.
text
It
you.
has,
Hey,
yeah,
man, I
it has
need
a
fed.
hopper.
Does
Yeah.
it use emojis?
Yes.
Probably.
Like Ryan.
The pellet emoji, it looks like little rabbit turds.
Emojis with lots of exclamation points. That's all me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, those new ones are sweet.
So I got to wait an entire month to tell stories of Kennedy and I's adventures on after work because we got to go trout-tastic or something. Is that what I'm hearing?
Trout
No,
of
but
Control.
I like Trout-tastic. Trout of Control.
No, I'm in it. I love you. I'll support you.
You're
If
the
you want to
best,
do a
bud.
whole month of trout fishing, I'll be totally happy hearing about it on the podcast
Stevie
while I'm out
has like
bass fishing.
2 months, and then the rest of it's like
Yeah, we.
We
everyone
do
else.
take over
Yeah.
good bit.
Oh my goodness! Even it's starting in May.
Oh my goodness.
Well, May's tough because there's a lot
There's a
happening.
lot.
Yeah,
This
everything.
even April
Yeah, I was
was
just gonna
tough
say,
too.
even
You
April.
know,
Outdoor Utopia month. That
Yeah.
You can't put a.
Yeah.
we got so much cool stuff.
I feel like
We're
April and
planning.
May and like October and November.
This is
Oh,
like
my.
this is some hard hitting calendar talk.
It is.
it is.
Hey, you got April, May, then there's June and July.
After that,
Shoot, you throw in August and September, you about rounded out the year.
Then you figure a leap year.
oh boy,
Well, it's funny you mentioned calendar talk.
no, it's not.
Actually, what?
Probably not funny at all, but
Because
since you bring it up,
I'm bringing an Uncle Buck special. It's kind of like it's much more informative and interesting, I think, than the cow is more aerodynamic than the Jeep.
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
And I'll be
Why'd you
sharing.
have to even bring that up?
I'll be sharing this on my Instagram page at R2 Buck.
uh-huh.
But did you know you can tell their calendar off of a turtle's back, like the natural?
Yes, I did actually. I've read that.
I found this so
I don't
interesting.
know how to, but I have read it in magazines.
The
I
big,
wish I wouldn't have brought calendar.
the bigger sections of the turtle's back on the back is
What
divided.
kind of turtle are we talking
Any
about?
turtle.
Any turtle.
Box turtle, any turtle is divided into 13 major sections,
Unless-
Spiders.
which signifies the 13 moons in a year. So every 28 days there's a moon.
waxing gibbous.
And you and
Waning.
and they show you how to I've seen some videos how they count them. They count them counterclockwise and till you get to 12 o'clock and down.
Yeah.
And then surrounding the outside, the little pieces on the edge of the shell towards the end bottom of it, like closer to the ground, is
The
divided.
dangles.
The dangles there's 28 of them, signifying the 28
There's
days.
28 dangles on turtle.
What do they do in September?
Yeah.
It's
30
based off a
days,
lunar
half-
cycle, and I just thought that was
okay.
interesting as heck.
Yeah.
Just
If you walk outside at 9:30, did you see the moon last night?
Beautiful.
It was low to the ground. It was a full moon.
Yeah,
it
it
looked
was.
like a werewolf moon. You can walk outside exactly at 9:30 at night and look at a turtle, and the moon will hit just perfectly. The turtles all face one direction, which will show you what month it is on what little.
really,
Whichever one is the brightest is what month it is.
you pull my leg.
Yes, of course. You brought this up.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting.
How do you think the Mayans?
They all face the moon.
Well, you never.
That's how the Mayans told what time it was with the turtle shells.
I've listened to some crazy stuff from catfishing,
Get those herded
and it
turtles
works.
lined up. We need to know what month it is.
Here's the crazy. I'm not saying I never looked at a turtle at
I use
9:30
the
at night.
turtle dial.
Hey, he helped me get my stink bugs out of my lower end.
Yeah. This is true.
That was good.
Why would he lead me wrong on this?
That leads to a new segue of Red River Pursuits podcast
Stevie,
where
tell us what you did this week.
Turtle time.
Sorry to digress.
I don't think you are sorry at all.
I thought that was interesting. I'm sorry you guys didn't find it as nice as I did.
Stevie's not ready yet.
Line up and look at the moon.
It was interesting, Buck, but then it went out of control.
I should know better not to talk about something and try to be serious
That's
with
okay.
you.
No, it was.
That's all right. I mean,
I'm going to start real quick.
Reptilian
I know you
time
asked.
travel.
I know you asked Stevie what he did.
It's like a walking time, calendar.
When we come back, we'll talk about reptilian time travel.
I know you just asked Stevie what he did this week, but I'm going to start real quick because mine's quick.
Sure. Go ahead.
And I want to ask Stevie a bunch of questions. But you just brought up that your stink bugs in the lower end of your motor.
Uh-huh.
And then we worked on your mom and got your mom's carburetor fixed up.
We sure did.
He's
purring.
That doesn't get old.
I just got the river cooter out yesterday.
And you washed it down, didn't you?
I got the boat out. I scrubbed it from top to bottom, and I opened up the hood of the motor. It was all under plastic. Guess what was in my motor?
You had stink bugs.
I didn't. I had a whole dead
Turtle.
Turtle shell.
What month was it in there?
I had moonlight, pale moonlight shining
You
through the
can
hole.
see what month it died based on the reflection of the moon.
Depending upon which leg, the way the
There
leg.
must be a bee hole because there was dead bees inside
geez.
the cover of the.
You just connected 30 episodes of Red and River Pursuits in that
I
one
did my
sentence.
best.
That was
pretty
That was impressive.
that was the most Rutten River segment we've had.
That was, you're sewed together. That was amazing.
Oh, I don't have a name for your boat, so I would have said your name of your
There
boat.
have been several tossed out there.
I thought it was the rapist wit. Wasn't it?
That's what I thought. Something
I've
like
been
that.
calling it that
It's certainly
for a while.
one of the ones that's been thrown around.
There have been several.
It's
Plugs out.
plugs out.
One time it happened.
One time.
All right, we're not getting on that, but
Yeah.
Sun's out, plugs out.
I'm excited for troutness,
Trout of Control.
Trouticaness that week we're having.
Yeah.
Because I'll be out bass fishing and crappie fishing.
Yeah.
But the boat does look better and it's good to go. So
Yeah,
Exciting.
it does.
while I was washing the boat,
Yeah.
I was feeling not like I was doing housework too. So
Sure.
the reason I didn't go is on a previous podcast, our resolutions were to fish less and fix the house.
Yeah.
I have my house kind of ripped up, and I did work on the garage in the basement during the day that you were fishing. And by 9 o'clock, I regretted everything. I did not want to work in the house anymore.
Yeah.
Where were you at?
The original plan was to go to Sandy Point, which is right before you cross the bridge. So you don't have to pay to cross the bridge. You don't have to, it's, if you get there early, there's nobody at the station to charge you full price. You pay $3 to get into the place. It's
Right.
nice and cheap. It's right up my alley. And
I thought it was by the Bay Bridge.
yeah, right by the,
Not exactly.
not that. Yeah,
Different alley.
good different alley.
Thanks.
Oh, you nailed that one.
Got him.
And so Saturday afternoon, I ran down to Anglers, one of my favorite tackle shops, around. And I was talking, there's a guy on there that does their fishing reports, every couple of days or regularly. There's a fellow that does fishing reports on Facebook or on social media. And I saw him and we got to talking and he asked what I was doing and said, I'm going to go to Sandy Point tomorrow. And he's like, you don't want to do that. Okay, what do I want to do? I want to cross the bridge and go to the pier at Mattapeak. You ever been there? Yeah, I've been there. Try that.
Did you tell him the stories?
I didn't. It would have been a
Well,
long
I
day.
might-
He'd have probably threw me out.
Let me tell you a story.
Have I ever been there? Well, have a seat, partner.
Wrote a song about it.
A 1 and a 2.
And I didn't know who was coming. Like I didn't know if some of my
No
family
one.
was going to come along because I was with my wife's
Fast forward
family.
this for you. No one came.
Yeah, no one could. But I didn't know that. I didn't know if anyone was going to show up. So I rolled out of Anglers with a $130 bill or $120 bill.
Don't try to put that all in all up.
No,
In all fairness, with this group, you never know who
You never
might
know.
show up.
I thought about it. I was awake at 4 a.m. and just like, go.
And
go,
I'm sure
go.
not going to get caught down there without enough bait.
No.
Ever.
I've never been accused of that.
And
No one's ever accused
No,
you of not
no.
having enough bait.
I found these really nice. I forgot my ice fishing because it was supposed to be cold. I forgot my ice fishing gloves. So they have these. This company called Fish Monkey. They make these. They're really nice. It was like a leather palm on a wool fingerless glove. Really, really
Oh,
super
man.
nice glove. Oh man, I loved them. So I picked up a pair of them. His son was along with me. He got some stuff. It was. Anyways,
Did you catch a fish?
I'm getting there.
Oh.
So I'm loaded. I'm stocked up on bait. The fridge is
You're
full
loaded
of
for
bloodworms. Yeah.
But you were going fishing.
I need 135 bloodworms.
Yeah. Vampire bloodworms.
Need all your blood worms.
Also, Anglers still has 1/8 ounce Castmasters with the split ring on them.
Of course they do.
Oh, yeah.
They stopped putting the split
Why
ring
did
on
they
them.
do that?
I don't know. And I don't know.
He's looking into it.
How many,
not
how
sure
many
why.
did you buy?
Can we contact him?
I only bought 4. I think about 4 or 5 or something like
There was
that.
5 of them left.
I don't
Maybe.
remember.
I'm gonna call him and have him put them back for me.
But yeah, they started using this quick, as like a swivel snap, not a swivel snap, but the snap part off of a swivel. They started using a snap. Anyway,
Let's go with the snap.
yeah. So bought several of those Castmasters with the split ring. But anyways, short story long, I roll out of there with plenty of bait for the next day
And warm hands.
and warm hands.
This is a long story.
Yeah,
I wanted
I'm
to know
getting there.
if you caught a fish.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Well, I texted him at like 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
and I said, "Dude, it's killing me," because he sent me pictures of the rods sitting there in the beautiful morning. He's like, "It's a beautiful morning. There's
Yeah.
nobody here," and I went, "Damn it, I knew it."
Oh, I'm
and
getting there.
You didn't see a lot of.
And he said, "It's really slow, bud. Don't worry about it. Nothing's happening."
And I'm
I felt
getting
a
there.
little bit better.
That's coming.
Yes.
That part.
Yeah.
Dawn cracks and I arrive.
Don Cracks
At
was
the
my
pier.
neighbor in high school.
Oh no!
I arrive at the pier. There's a group of 5 guys that get there before me, and so I
They
beat
were
it
looking
down
for
there.
windy waters.
They were looking for windy waters. They set up where I wanted to set up. I set up on the far part of the pier.
I thought Don Cracks was a dude. You meant like
At
the
the
sun.
crack of dawn.
The sun's coming up.
Not Don.
Like Cat Stevens morning.
Now you got my joke.
It's broken.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Like Don Knott.
you got me all out of
Let him tell his
out
story.
of sorts.
Will's 5 minutes behind.
No, I thought Don Kratz like worked at Anglers or something.
Right.
My buddy Don Cracks.
He does the
He
fishing
was,
reports.
he was one of the 5 guys walking down the pier when Stevie pushed him over with his cart.
Yeah.
It's my spot.
I don't know if there's a good
Excuse me,
spot
Don.
or a bad spot on that pier. I just know that there was a day where Catfish and I was there at a spot and we caught a ton of fish.
Did you go to the same
I
spot?
couldn't because those guys got there before me. We literally got
Don
there at about the
Kratz.
same time.
I'd have ran.
There was 5 of them.
I knew I should have came.
So this was 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that. I set up at 7 o'clock down on the far end of the pier, and there's nothing for 2 hours. Nothing. A couple taps that I sent you guys video of. Otherwise, there's just nothing. Those guys pack up and go. After a
Nice.
couple hours.
Or did you notice them reeling in fish, or did
No.
nobody was doing it?
No. Nobody was catching anything. So they pack up and go, and I'm by myself.
Did Don catch anything?
I don't.
There's nobody on that pier but you.
There was 0 people on that
and
pier.
Dawn left.
Except for me. Dawn's gone. The other 4 guys with him are gone. I'm the only one. So I move all my stuff down to their spot. And this is
Our
roughly-
spot.
Yeah, our spot.
Thank you.
Yeah. I move all
You
of-
stand corrected.
all of our stuff
Sorry.
to our spot. And get set back up and throw the bait out there.
Don't think I won't work on the house ever again and not show up.
Well,
After this,
I made that mistake one time.
I'm just excited to get to the thing because this is like, I don't know why he's slow rolling this.
because there's a lot.
He only has 2 months worth of
trying-
stories.
I'm trying to. I'm
building some
trying to
Trying to
prove
make
a
it
point.
trout-tastic.
I'm trying to prove a point. So it's 9 o'clock. Nothing's happening still. I'm set up. I'm
Nada.
waiting there. Right around 10:30, I'm texting Catfish back and forth a little bit, and he texts me and says,
man,
he
bother.
says, man, I feel bad. I wish I could be there. I just got so much going on. Like, bud, it ain't, you're doing the right thing.
I told
It's
him to cast
dead here.
40 yards right of where his bait sits.
Right.
To the right.
One rod or
No, just move 40, like cast to the right instead of the left.
So no sooner do I text Catfish back and say, it's dead here. There's nothing going on. I said, put the phone in my pocket, and I'm telling myself, I'm going to give this till 11 o'clock, and then I'm out because I
you paid your dues.
paid my dues.
cast.
A couple minutes later,
Bump.
bump. We get a little bump on the rod. I jump up out of my seat like a sprint runner at a starting gun fire, whatchamacallit. Yeah. I'm all tongue-tied here because I'm so excited.
Did you
It's
stretch
just-
first? And you
I did
just
not
can't hide it.
stretch.
I would have.
No.
I would be worried about your hammy.
Well,
let him-
we'll get to that.
I keep getting shut down.
We keep cutting ahead in the story.
So this bump turns into a couple more bumps, which in turn lands me a fish. Now, if you guys have ever, I'm trying to think of a way to describe this without coming across too emotional, because that's not me.
It's not like
Let it out, though.
If you ever have like a relative that you only get to see, once every year,
Once a week.
once every 2 years, someone that you really love, but you just don't get to see them.
Like Will.
You don't get to see them very often.
right.
When you connect eyes with stripers once a year,
That's what it was like.
magic.
I got emotional.
Hello, Striper, my old friend.
I'm not making it up. Literally, I'm probably the only man on the planet that's almost broken down in tears catching a fish on a pier.
No, you're not.
Like and it wasn't
Yes.
a big fish.
You're with people who understand that feeling.
Yeah, it wasn't a big fish. It was a 12, 15-inch fish, something like that.
That happened to me last year at Lake Mead. I had a striper on the live, and
Almost went to tears.
my cousin was helping me land it, and if I don't know if I've ever told this story.
No, go on.
We'll get to that.
Okay,
That's coming up.
yeah, but I did end up crying.
It was, yeah. So, and I'm by myself, which is the
Luckiest thing ever.
greatest thing in
you.
the world. Because there's nobody around to see this and then start short drifting me. So
I would have if I'd have.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I reel that, get that fish out, and this is like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Throw that fish back in real quick, snap some pictures, and from that point on, it was lights out for 2.5 hours.
It was striper control.
Yeah. It was striper. Yeah.
Striper Blitz.
It was striper blitz. I don't have a clever word for that. But literally from 10:45 until 1 o'clock, it was pretty much nonstop. And the sun came up, behind me and was, starting to warm up. It was starting to warm things up.
At
And that's what
9:30,
did
did
it.
you point into the sun?
I had a turtle along with
All right,
me.
just checking.
And
He was checking the sundial.
Yep, just checking.
I brought my fishing turtle. And
They never lie.
he
Just in
points
case
to the
you didn't know
angle.
what day it was.
What month is this turtle?
I'm not so sure that's altogether unheard of. I carry a frog around with me when we go lead good luck.
That's when you do business deals.
But it was numbers wise, it was just an amazing day. I lost fish because I had two. You can only have 2 rods on the beach on the pier at one time, and I lost fish because I just couldn't get to them fast enough. And because you're casting out 60, 80, 100 yards, and in the middle reeling one in, if you have another rod going off, you just can't stop.
You just keep digging this dagger in further and further.
Can I ask you, though,
Please.
if you could have had more than 2 rods, would you have had more than 2 rods?
yeah.
All right.
I had another one with me.
I had to
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah, I had another one with me ready to go.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah,
I had it.
If they would have said, if it wouldn't have been a limit, I would have.
Did you bring the
definitely.
pier net this year?
I did bring the pier net.
All right.
I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah.
I didn't know logistically
I
how that worked.
absolutely brought the pier net. The crazy thing is, I kept seeing guys like people. You have to pay to park there, so I realized what people were doing. There were cars that would pull up and just sit. In the entrance, or where I was fishing was about 200, 300 yards away from where you park. Cars would pull up and sit
Only one
and then
guy.
pull away. And and they're looking as one dude. Well, right as I was getting ready to leave, these couple guys walked up and they said, they were watching me earlier in the day, and I was, going crazy trying to reel these fish, and they went to another place for some reason. I don't know why, and then ended up coming back there. But talk about memorable days. It was a memorable day.
It only happens when you're by yourself.
Yeah. I wish all 6 of you guys could have been there with me, because
We'd have had 22 rods out.
oh my
That's
goodness,
6 times 2, right?
He'd have put
Yeah, 22.
Yep.
Sounds right.
But I was so close to running out of bait. I bought 3 dozen bloodworms, and there was a couple times where I was catching multiple fish off one bloodworm. I had 24 fish, and I had fresh bait on 2 rods, and a couple guys rolled up, and I still had 3 or 4 worms left, and I just gave them to them. I said, I'm going to catch one more and make it an even 25, and then I'm out. And
an odd 25.
Yeah, an odd 25. Yeah, make it around 25. And I sat there for 10 or 15 minutes and nothing happened. And here, while I was talking with them, I must have got bit and didn't notice it or something like that because my bait was gone. But yeah, I almost ran out of bait. But I left them biting, and I'm not sure if that's
so you'll spend $150 next time on bait.
You know that old saying.
Yeah.
Always leave them biting.
Yeah.
Every time you texted me, I kicked the same white bucket in the garage.
It was, I don't know. None of them were huge. Now there was 1 or 2 that were maybe would have been keeper size. They were around 20 inches, something like that.
Very cool.
It's good.
Kyle, you haven't been here in a month. Did you do anything?
In a month?
I dabbled in some things. Nothing worth talking about.
All right, Ryan, how about you?
I took my wife to a concert.
Who'd you see, Bubby?
Mumford and Sons.
Oh, yeah?
Turns out I went to see an Irish jam band the night before St. Patty's Day in a college town with a lot of bars.
That sounds boring.
I don't remember much of my weekend, so we
What's
should
your
probably
favorite
move on.
Mumford & Sons song?
Babel.
Babel?
Yeah. It's not one of the big hits, but it's one I really like.
Cool.
But good concert. They did a very good show.
Yeah.
Great show.
Thanks for sharing.
No problem.
Kyle, are you ready to tell us about your last month and a half off?
All right. So I did some habitat stand improvement right there after the Great American Outdoor Show.
Shooting lanes?
Did you cut anything? Did you cut anything?
It's a yes or no answer.
He said habitat improvements. He planted some trees.
I did a lot of cutting, but it was not shooting lanes. It was a lot of hinge cutting to try and
Did you do some hinge cutting?
I did.
He needed to make it a little thicker.
I did a plethora of hinge cutting to make it thicker, so that way Will can't see.
That's what I'm talking
as far
about.
Next year.
We'll hear about this in November.
Here's your seed, aren't you?
So I did
Any
that.
sheds up there on that hill?
No, not yet. I did find a deadhead, like a 7-pointer.
Check your eggs, bud.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I
Don't. Will couldn't see the broadside of a barn, let alone shoot
couldn't
at
see
one.
any deer.
And then 2 weekends ago, I did my annual perch fishing trip down to Maryland.
Is that on the koozie?
It was on the koozie.
I didn't hear nothing about it.
It was
ridiculous.
a secret koozie.
How'd things go this year?
Not
Never on the
good.
secret koozie.
Really?
It was
Too early, you think?
You missed it or what?
I don't think we were too early. I think so. That week before we went down was that week where we had that big temperature drop again.
Yeah.
And I personally think I think it just kind of turned them off a little bit because people were catching them, but
not you.
Yeah, just not us.
How do you guys fish
say,
for 'em when you get down?
So
You used a Ned rig the entire weekend?
No. So, like, our normal approach is usually we go down with a group of anywhere from like 4 to 6 guys. So usually we kind of split up. So some of the guys go to like where we've had success in the past, like whether it was the year before or 2 years ago, and then another group kind of just drives around and hits different spots until somebody gets into them.
Yeah.
And then as far as strategy goes, we typically throw little jigs with like little Mr. Twisters or pretty much anything you would throw for like a crappie or anything
Artificials.
like that. Artificials, but we also throw minnows, bloodworms, grass shrimp, pretty much the whole kit and caboodle.
Whatever you got.
Yeah, it's more or less how you want to fish for them. Some of the guys just throw artificial, other guys throw the grass shrimp. The
You
bloodworms.
normally get a pretty big haul, right?
Yeah. Years past before this year, we've had a ton of luck, but I would say this year, between 3 days, we maybe only got like 20 perch.
Man.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
You guys were doing that in the morning last year, weren't you?
We were doing it all day, but it seemed like the morning was the hotter bite.
Yeah, what I mean, but one morning last year, you guys had 20 already.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone the whole weekend.
Yeah.
You guys were.
What's the limit on perch down there?
I think it's 6 or 8 per person. So it's, I mean, you got a group of 6 guys. You're talking about
You got a whole whack
whole
of them.
pile of fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did that.
These 6 guys wouldn't know nothing about it.
But
But no one's counting.
I did miss it. That's my fault. I missed it. I wasn't reading the thread.
No,
Was it on the thread?
I sent out.
I believe you. I missed it.
Couple days before, I said, heading down to Maryland.
On the way down, hey guys, I'm
No,
5
that's
minutes
not-
away.
that's
Perch
not
fishing.
true. I
You want
said-
to come on down?
I said,
But that's fishing. Like, I missed that one and didn't miss much. I missed a trip with Stevie and missed everything. That's fishing.
That's fishing.
yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
absolutely.
know if you don't go.
Sean
So,
Kennedy didn't catch a bass yet.
he missed out. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
He's blanked so far. Catfish 1, Kennedy.
Is this
0.
the same group you go
I
bluefish?
don't think I ain't keeping count.
Bluefish?
Yeah, it's seeing couple of friends that we've gone down to Jersey Shore for.
That won't be too
bluefish.
long, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping. I actually have a family trip planned down to Ocean City the middle of April, so I'm hoping I time that right. That I can sneak away and
That's the
go
ticket.
for some striper and bluefish. Then
Yeah.
hopefully can get into them. How
I
about
want to
you
go.
guys?
I want to do bluefish this year.
If I,
Yeah.
you're more than welcome to. We can plan a trip.
Yeah, I would like to
Try and
try the
find
bluefish this year. Remember my story from last summer where the one tried to eat my favorite topwater bait, cut it off, I had to chase it down the bulk, the bulkhead.
Yeah. You
Boy,
got
that-
it, though.
It's exciting when those things attack. They're vicious. They're like piranhas.
It's probably hands like people always like kind of like snarl when they're like, oh, bluefish, but it's like it is one of the most fun fish to catch.
It's not
hands down.
I tried to cook them twice because honestly, I've only caught them twice. Mm-hmm. And both times they were very oily to me. It was tough to cook them.
Fish tacos.
That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do something different. But I want to find I have to kill Jeremiah if I have to, but I'm going to find a way to cook bluefish.
My buddy's dad, he's a chef. He owns an Italian restaurant. He showed me a trick for him, and I mean, I've tried it a couple different times, and it works every time.
Yeah,
What
some
do you
people
do?
say they're amazing, and I just didn't like it.
You literally
at the time.
just take a good slice of butter and put it on each fillet. Mm-hmm. Squeeze some lemon juice and put like 1 or 2 like lemon wedges on the fish, and then like a stick of rosemary or just like some rosemary.
Throw the fish
I
out
don't
and
know
eat
what
that
it's
stuff.
called, petals or whatever. And then Sprigs, yeah. And then put all that together and then wrap like the fillet in aluminum foil and just throw them in the oven. And between like the citrus of the lemon and then the rosemary and the butter, it just kind of
sounds like a good
Here's
trout
the-
recipe.
Do you know why they use lemon on fish?
Why is that?
I've read this in a magazine, which it could be a hoax, but I read it. You can believe anything you read in a magazine or on Facebook.
Yeah.
It says that whenever you're cooking the fish comes to a certain temperature, the lemon juice opens the pores of the fish to allow your seasonings to get in.
I didn't know that.
Totally makes sense because in radiology, they used to use lemons to open the salivary glands under the tongue in order to do dye studies. Like it opens.
Lemon is a diuretic.
Correct.
I thought it had something to do with scurvy.
Well, it might.
lack of vitamin C.
Scurvy is. Scurvy is a very good point.
It is a diuretic.
Is it?
A
Yes.
diuretic makes you pee.
Yep.
Yes.
But that's going to do the same thing, right?
A dilator.
Dilator, maybe.
Will's the nurse here. I don't know why you're asking me.
Not even close.
But I read it, so they said that's what lemon helps with. I don't know. Someone.
Couldn't
Makes
tell you.
sense.
I can't confirm nor
Who knows?
deny.
I would like somebody here to put a lemon on their face overnight and videotape it so we
Deke
can
will
see
do
how
it.
big your pores get in the morning.
Deke's done it.
Yeah, we'll get Deke to do
He
it.
does it every night.
That's why his
He knows
face
the
glows.
most about lemon pores.
What have you guys been up to? Will.
So
Bucky.
I'll tell you what I did.
All
I
right.
got a free minute, and the other night, and I broke out the Super Black Eagle 3, and I said,
I hate that thing.
Uncle Catfish, can you please help me shoot this shotgun in for turkeys? And it's brand new. I mean, I've never really shot much out of it. I think we took it on the duck hunt.
I shot it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, but we took it on the.
Lord knows you
took it
broke
on
it.
a duck
Stevie broke
hunt.
that
That was not what I was shooting last night. So we had turkey loads, 3.5 inch.
Oh, doing a little patterning.
Extended range, and so we put it through its paces. But that thing is a hammer.
I shoot a Ruger 1 falling block 300 Win Mag with 180 grains,
Yes.
and it is nothing. And people won't shoot my rifle. Like it kicks hard, and people. I shot that thing last night, and there's not many guns in the world I'll say I'm not shooting that again, unless I'm shooting it at a turkey.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not
feel
shooting
better
it
when
again.
there's a turkey in front of you. Trust me.
Really?
That was
Oh, yeah.
rough.
You think that thing that punched you in the nose kicks?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
Lord.
If I wasn't leaning against the truck, I'd have been on the ground.
It was insane.
Punched me in the face.
that means I'd have been in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Well,
Here's the thing, though. It's a killer.
it's deadly accurate.
Yeah.
It's wicked accurate and out at distance. We went out to 70 yards,
Yeah.
Wow.
and it was
That's a poke.
it was
Winchester Longbeard 6-shot,
extended range.
extended range, 70 yards, holding top of the head. Not a single problem with 30 BBs in the head and neck. Nothing.
That'll do the job.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean,
Reaching out and touching them.
Mm-hmm.
Not that
Reach
you
out,
probably would
touch
want to
turkey.
take that shot, maybe, because the head moves so much, but
yeah.
it can be done.
With my limited knowledge of turkey hunting, I have to ask: did you have a choke in there? And if
Oh, yeah, good one.
It's a turkey choke. It's an extra full choke for turkeys. And this one's made by Carlson. And I haven't put a whole bunch of stuff through it, like put a lot of stuff down, but I got 4-shot and I had 6-shot. And they both are wicked at like 40 yards.
Yeah.
Wicked. I mean, stupid wicked. Like
no paper left, stupid.
Dr. Duck stupid.
It was a turkey target that when you shot it, the little BB holes turned colors. And at 40 yards, both,
no more turkey,
it was devastating. It did have pieces of the scratch-off type target just shattered everywhere in front of it and behind it. And I went, well, then, you didn't need binoculars or to even walk up and be like, yep, that one's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
So when we call this bird in for Will, and it gets inside of 15 yards and it's circling decoy, Will's going to have to go,
Scared off.
run. so that you
3
don't
count.
have to get that warning graphic content blur image over top of your turkey trophy picture.
He might miss it 15 yards.
No, my eyes will close and then I'll pull the trigger.
It is
Wow.
It's a cannon. It's a nice shooting gun. But you can't be afraid of it. You have to have a mindset of
Totally commit. Yep.
I'm going to shoot this gun and hold it on. You can't shy away from it. It'll take control of you instead of the other way around. At least with the turkey loads in it.
Yeah. Yep. No, it was great with the ducks. I didn't have any problem. I didn't think about it. In fact, I was kind of, I had some kind of stupid expectation that it was going to be the same. And boy, it was not.
So we have a place in life where me and Will have talked about before on previous podcasts that is in the past been just a special place to hunt. And we pull into the farm and Will says, look, you there. Made it all through the winter.
Yep.
Walking down looking at us. A big old cockbird looking right at us.
Pheasant. Pheasant in the field.
Made it the whole way through that winter and snarted every fox that came up to him this winter and
That's
just
great
walked right
news.
past the truck like, what's up?
Yeah, just strutting on
Yeah.
the edge of the
That
field.
is great. Hopefully, some of them ladies lasted too that they threw out there. Too.
Well, I mean, it's
That's
just
great
that's
news,
what
though.
the pheasant recovery program was technically.
Yeah,
They did make it through hunting season. They made it through the winter, and there it is.
that's awesome.
cool.
That's great news.
That was too cool.
Yeah. But that place is cool because you just go over and we shot the shotguns in the field and we watched thousands of geese in every direction.
Yeah,
Just sitting there rolling my eyes like Robert Downey Jr. does. Like, what? Really?
A couple other things that we saw that not that we don't see them there, but like the rabbits or, even catfish is like, I might have to start hunting these things because they're everywhere.
So. Yeah, the last few times I've been over there, I've really noted an influx in rabbit population. And just on our drive over, we saw 3 or 4 running across the front of the truck in a short drive.
Yeah.
On the farm the farm lane. So
I saw a turkey in the field this week. Speaking
Did you?
of what we saw out, fairly close to my place, and I'm hoping he starts.
How far was it off the road?
It was off the highway, off of 81, but down into a field. Probably 50 yards off the highway.
Tell them where.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
saw a flock of about 30 birds and at least 3 strutters
Really?
that were blown up.
Mm-hmm. Mine was blown up too.
I saw those 2 I spoke of last week.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any more, but that's a lie. I saw 4 behind the house, heard 2 other ones, so maybe 6. But I didn't see anything where I could hunt yet. But there are definitely turkeys moving. So this rain that we just had tonight probably put them back in the trees for a few days because here in Pennsylvania, as we're speaking right now, we just got 2 inches of rain in 24 hours, and everything's flooded.
On top of snow melt. Yeah, exactly. We didn't need this rain quite yet, but
No, I don't think anything even dried out from the fall.
Just to circle back, though, I got my gun all done, so if anybody else needs to get theirs done, I can film a little bit. Yeah, stuff
Now's
like
time
that.
to be doing that.
It's like,
We're going to patent the turkey.
I guess no
target.
one else needs to get their turkey gun done.
Nope.
Yep.
When stripers are done, I got to convert you. You go right from striper fishing to trout fishing,
trout
Out of
fishing.
control.
to a little bit of bass fishing,
bass
and then you're
fishing.
gone. You're a camper.
Then camping.
No.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
There's other things to do than camp every weekend. Are you in yet for Soda's Point?
Ooh, well, kind of, but not with you guys.
So no. That's a no, Steve.
Yeah, I'm going to Carolinas a couple days before that.
I got
Or a
you.
couple- it's right around the same time, but I'm going to make a trip up there with my wife for our anniversary in the summer.
With Jimmy, Captain Jimmy Del Rey.
No, we got a house on one of the bays, and we're just going to take the kayaks up and
Next year.
kayak around in there. I hope so. Yeah.
It's all right. We'll video it again so you feel better.
And
call you.
I don't doubt
We'll
it.
be live.
I don't doubt it.
You'll enjoy the pictures and videos.
I did. I enjoyed it last
Actually, I don't have anybody committed yet except for you.
No?
Mm-hmm.
I think DK commit.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm inviting him. He outfished me last year.
This is a soft commit.
He's
That's
probably
why,
got
you know,
a filter to change.
I'm always a safe one to bring along. I will never outfish you.
If you listen back, no, you did too, but you listen back, it was the whole first hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of DK going, got another one, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, look here, I got another bass, guys. Oh, I got a pike. I got a pike.
Oh, boy.
That was a big, huge ordeal. And then I got another one. I got tired of it. We did pick up the pace, but for an hour and a half, I started those thought processes that Sean Kennedy he merts out things that I barely hear.
Yeah.
I think he does it just loud enough that I can hear it, but I didn't hear it.
It doesn't quite.
And one of those happened to me. Like I totally get it now. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to push him off the boat.
Yeah, yeah.
And DK's like, what? I'm like, do you have any jerky?
What's that shiny down there on the bottom?
I'm going to push him off the boat.
Huh?
There's a lot happening. April, May. There's going to be a lot. So, guys, stay tuned.
Thanks for.
It's gonna be Trout of Control.
When are you going striper fishing down there again?
Tomorrow morning.
I'm off on Monday.
No, it's probably not until April sometime. Yeah,
I'm off on Monday.
I would go down if I was you. It's because it's going to be warm. It was warm this week. I would get down there if you can get down there to that pier.
I'm not going without you. Tour spot.
Do you think here in the next few weeks some migrators will start coming through there, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would
Absolutely.
really like to catch a
And
stripe.
they might be there now.
Being
It's just
fairly new to the
Yeah.
saltwater fishing industry.
yeah, without a doubt.
All right.
thanks for going along this March Striper Madness journey with us.
It's good stuff, buddy.
This was fun.
Stevie, thank you for taking us with you on this journey. This was a great month. I mean, never done it, but I definitely know a ton more about it having gone through March. That's for sure.
I'll be stepping up my surf fishing game this year just based off a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Love it.
Guys, when we're not Stevie crying about the end of March Madness.
Or crying on a pier.
Or sentimental over staring fish in the eyeballs.
Yeah. Or telling the time with turtles.
Watching our turtles face the moon. Where can they find us, Bucky?
They can find us at www.ruttenriverpursuits.com. They can find us at Rutten River Pursuits Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't forget the YouTubes.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget those YouTubes.
Check out them YouTubes.
And check us out at Rutten River Pursuits Podcast on the YouTubes. Thank you guys for that reminder. I never want to forget the YouTubes.
Where do you download this thing here at?
You can find us on Spotify.
And Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Oh, yes. Woo. Good stuff.
Love them Spotifys.
Wow, all this talk about what we did this past week, I'm getting kind of hungry, guys.
Is that right?
What are you getting hungry for?
When you're not blowing 3 boxes of bloodworms,
And blasting your shoulder off with 3.5-inch federal
crushing your shoulder and clavicle with a Benelli Super Black Eagle 3.
Where do you get your jerky?
Where do I get my jerky? Moses Family Jerky.
That's right. Head over to mfjerky.com.
And I use the
promo code
Jerky Pursuits 15.
Get 15% off the entire website.
Everything. Jerky, coffee,
meat sticks,
hats.
That's the whole.
Love it.
The whole.
And if
Kit and caboodle.
And if Stevie had his way, he'd add bloodworms to that.
Nice.
Let's see if Dakota will start carrying bloodworms.
Moses
Bloodworm
Family
jerky.
Bloodworms.
Chesapeake bloodworms.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick on the way out, Will, got a question for you.
What's that?
Why do you shoot 3.5-inch mag out of that shotgun?
I shoot 3.5-inch because they don't make 4-inch.
Boom.
boom.
Good episode, y'all.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
Ring 'em wheelers.
That was harmonic.
That was harmonic.
You know, he puts the pole out. Everybody says trolling motor, and he's like, "Cool, I'm buying a tent."
I did say I didn't order it. I'm just saying. I'm being nice on the podcast.
I thought for sure
That was a nice
reverse
tent.
psychology.
Well, the other thing on the
Now
list
I know
did
what I
write
don't
down.
want. That happened to me last year at Lake Mead. I had a striper on the live, and
Almost went to tears.
my cousin was helping me land it, and if I don't know if I've ever told this story.
No, go on.
We'll get to that.
Okay,
That's coming up.
yeah, but I did end up crying.
I had a turtle along with
All right,
me.
just checking.
And
He was checking the sundial.
Yep, just checking.
I brought my fishing turtle. And
They never lie.
he
Just in
points to
case
the
you didn't know
angle.
what day it was.
What month is this turtle?
I'm not so sure that's altogether unheard of. I carry a frog around with me when we go lead good luck.
That's when you do business deals.
So when we call this bird in for Will, and it gets inside of 15 yards and it's circling decoy, Will's going to have to go
Scared off.
run. so
give you a
that
3
you don't
count.
have to get that warning graphic content blur image over top of your turkey trophy picture.
He might miss it 15 yards.
No, my eyes will close and then I'll pull the trigger.